Check this out, Jason. Look at how clear this quality is. The sound ain't there, but the quality
My
is.
second year at Wallapalooza. No, I think they
Of
did a
course,
really
my
good
computer.
job.
Where was that at?
Wallapalooza.
So,
Yeah, that's really good.
That's
well,
an
first of all,
iPhone
I
14.
think I'm special.
Not no
Right
special
now,
camera or nothing.
I'm over here with Mr. Squad Kid Podcast.
They say this is a lot better than this. Android.
Alright.
Yeah, it is.
They say, then you hear people that the new Android
Appreciate
is
you.
just
Thank you
good.
for coming back. The Android, as far as like
The news, they say that some people say that the new Samsungs are just as good, but
the new Samsung,
the new Androids are just as good as the new iPhones for video quality.
they use the same cameras, so it's what I heard. But iPhone, this is crispy. This I was just on this and it was blotting out, looking crazy.
Which one is this though?
The Galaxy, I don't know. I have no idea, man. When it came out about a year or so ago. What's going on, Breezy Customs? What are you working on? What are you gritting to? I'm gonna start this actually walking around so y'all can see what's going on. If you've been following me, you've seen the store toe up. We're now getting it back together. The wall's back up. But usually when you came in here, at least for the last couple of weeks, there was wood and everything was all on the floor. All of this was in disarray. We currently got it back together. Hello. What's going on, Barb? How are you doing today? And this is the back room that was tore up too as well. Jason, we got a customer.
Wouldn't this been nice to have?
Yeah.
Video, there's something beforehand.
That's the video for it?
Yeah, these jokesters that were nice to have, last week.
We got a customer.
So we just walk in.
This was in like over here and it was unwrapped. I mean, it ain't super clean, but it's clean enough. I can operate. That wall's back up. It's over here. I might be moving it too back. Yeah, I'm back. I came right back. I had to switch phones. That interview was nice. That Andre Glenn did. Shout out to you, Andre Glenn. Appreciate you. Working on getting some office space. Hey, that's what's up. So we got on-board training for that back there. As soon as that gets done, y'all be seeing content over that. This. T-Town Sense, yes, I am back. Appreciate you tapping in. Barb, thanks for coming in. I can't wait for part 2. Gary is crazy. Yeah, that was a great way to end it. Andre Glenn, that was smart. I just talked to him yesterday. That was hilarious. I didn't mean to laugh like that, but that was hilarious. But I've been doing t-shirt things most of the day. Did 10 a back last. Other than that, just embroidering all day. Wow. When you had Barb, will you give a complete shop tour once it's finished? Oh yeah. Yeah, right now we're still putting it together. I got some equipment at the house I'm bringing in as well. So with that being said, it's like I'm just happy to be to this part. Aren't you, Jason?
I enjoyed what I'm talking about, but
Yeah, just happy to be to this part because before, like, I showed him like the flood damage in here. I showed him the shop in disarray, like all the wood all over the floor. It looked crazy for me.
We're just trying to figure out how to work together, like with space in here.
Yeah.
To start out with, like.
So recently, I just moved in with Jason. Him over here, VSU. I had my own store. But this is gonna work a lot
It
better,
makes
y'all.
sense for you to be here.
Yeah, so it's a lot of nuances, a lot of new different things that's going on here.
We got some things in the works.
Yeah,
We don't have a lot of space here, so we got to use the space properly.
yeah.
How to use the space.
Hmm.
So we're just figuring that out. You were just unpacking when we got water too. It's all you were even unpacked when
Yeah.
we got hit with the water. So it's like we got to be efficient with our space in here.
I think it will be. It already, the wall was down once. Like, if y'all didn't ever see the wall up the first time, it wouldn't look like anything has changed. To the normal person that's only been in here probably since last month, they probably didn't see all of that craziness we went through. On the upside, though, we're back up, moving in.
Did this monster run? We'll be good to go.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. T-Town T-shirts. I hit live on my tent YouTube after that tent job. Have not been live on that for a minute. Did people come in, T-Town? What DTF did you get? This is a 6,000, or am I saying that right? It's a 6,000.
Yeah. Careful doing it if you get into it.
Yeah, so this is a behemoth, and I will do a, as soon as it's up and running, we'll talk about it some more. I don't really want to talk about it too much. Everybody say I'm a commercial man, so I didn't got hit with the commercial from you. Zeke said I'm a commercial man. I'm like, I'm not a commercial man.
What is it? The OxyClean.
The OxyClean guy. Yeah.
Not Billy Blank. That's the Tybo guy. Who is it? Like, we don't got to do commercials for these guys.
Nah.
So far, these guys really know this machine, so I'm hopefully it's gonna work out well. These guys seem to really know this machine, so.
Okay. He said T-Town T-shirts. Yeah, I had a few. I was only chatting while checking in the film. Okay. It'd be like that sometimes. I'll go live and start working, forget that I'm live.
See that the guy does tinting?
Yeah.
They do,
He is Cincinnati, I believe. Or Toledo. Cincinnati. Toledo.
Is that the one we were talking to last time?
Yep.
Does he do embroidery too? Is that the guy that does
Mm-hmm.
embroidery? Does he do like wraps on vehicle lettering? That seems like a good market.
That's what he's doing now.
The wraps
tent,
and the lettering and
window tinting. You do wraps as well, T-Town, right?
vehicle lettering. That seems like a good market.
Speaking of vehicle lettering, I had some limos. So if you're just hopping on, let me know what you're gritting to today. What are you working on? How's your day been? How's your weekend? I know it cooled down over here. It was significantly hot and it cooled down. I'm gonna probably do a reaction video, Andre Glenn, to this Wallapalooza. I know I'm gonna do a reaction video. Yeah, I can rap for sure. He said I'm about to head to softball practice in about 20 minutes. Cool. Yeah, it was mad hot here in Philly. Breezy Customs, what was the degrees out there in Philly? It was only, we had a staggering 73. Wasn't too hot. And it's still 73, I do believe. It might be like a little bit lower or higher. Oh, 77, but it don't feel like it's 77. 70s here most of the day. It felt good. It do when you come out of that heat. It really do. 60 degrees here with rain on and off. That's Barb. It's getting ready to get snowy and cold. We get ready to be stuck.
Say that word.
That's just gonna happen. Are you? You gotta brace yourself, Jason. You ready? You gotta brace yourself, man. Dang, it was 96, 97. I heard there was a heat wave in Las Vegas, so y'all was part of that heat wave? I know you in Philly, but dang, it cooled down some though. But last week it was like 96, 97. Gosh. Yeah, that's that stay in the house and keep the air conditioner on. For days. Called to get my pool closed today. They can't get here until the 29th. Sad, my youngest broke her elbow. Oh my gosh. Prayers going up. So like, yeah, time to close. Yeah, that sounds. Ooh, I heard that's one of the most painful bones in your body, the elbow, especially to break or fracture or anything like that. PM St. Louis, how are you doing this evening? Hope all's going in your favor. What are you working on? How's the weather? How was your weekend? This will be the second time she did this? Oh my gosh. You making me grab my elbow. Like, is she doing this to somebody or what? What happened? It's raining, PM St. Louis? Yeah, ouch. Breezy Customs. Yeah, that it hurt me. I can feel the pain. I ain't even hurt nothing. I ain't break nothing. Was she playing a sport or is that the pool? She slipped into the pool or jumping? Horse playing? That's what my parents used to say. Y'all over there horse playing by that pool, somebody gonna get hurt. That's exactly how they would say it too. Yeah, the funny bone elbow isn't. Yeah, then the funny bone elbow isn't so funny. Yeah, that's right. She was playing under the bleachers at a football game. How in the world? Kids. That's kids. Not funny at all. Yeah. That screams pain to me. I know that was serious. Could just about imagine. Prayers going up, you know, speedy recovery. Kids, that's all I can say. I be worried about Noah, my youngest boy. He be doing the most. I hope she gets better soon. Breezy Customs Creations. Yeah, Gary is a fool though, Breezy. I'm thinking about that microphone. Just simply just hop right and start thinking about it.
Hopefully the end of this week. I'm doing training right now.
T-Town t-shirts, yeah, it sucks.
So I don't know the exact date yet.
Yes, we just started travel softball too. Oh my gosh. So she will miss all of fall and some winter. Oh man. Prayers, man, prayers. And I'm the coach, so I have to be there even when she's not. Yeah. Gosh. Yo, that was epic though. It was. So I'm not laughing about that T-Town test. We are talking about the interview that I did with On Again, Andre Glenn, Breezy, and I at the Wallapalooza 2023, which was off the hook. Shout out to Heat Transfer Warehouse. When you guys see this, please heart this. Appreciate you guys. We were in the middle of an interview. I'm gonna just spill the beans, and like me, Andre, myself, Andre, and Breezy Customs were in the interview, and Gary Edgenet was in there. He was gonna come on. He's coming on after, you know, Breezy and I have been on the couch for a while. He sits in between Breezy and I. And I don't know if I pick up the microphone. I can't remember it, or somebody hands on the microphone, but it drops into his cup. And it was just funny. I couldn't stop laughing. I laughed so hard. At the end of this first interview, you guys gotta wait and watch and see how that mic drops into his cup. He wasn't trying to do it on purpose, but it was hilarious, for real, for real. Talk about break up everything. It was off the hook. I mean, I laughed so hard. I haven't had a laugh like that. And it was the way he did it. He was like, oops. I think that's what's got me right now. What he said, oops. Wallapalooza 2023 was off the hook, y'all. It was amazing, Breezy. Like, the upgrades that they did, sheesh. I know 2023 is about to be off the hook. Real Right, what's going on with you? Did you get that button maker, Real Right? We was looking for you on YouTube. We was looking for you on Facebook and everywhere else. And there's like 1,000 Real Rights. So we didn't know who we was looking for. But you won the button maker from that last interview, or the interview before this last interview with VV Inks. It was funny as heck. Yeah, it was. Oh man.
I appreciate you, man. Have a good one.
Real right now. All right, so you got a button maker that's waiting for you, bro. I need some contact information, if I can. Like, hey, if you got a pen or a pencil, it's MikeTees223@gmail.com. If you can email me, I will get that out to you. And that button maker is courtesy of Alicia Does the Most, or the Craft of a Different Shade off of Instagram. She was on the interview that we had the week before last, and she wanted to give somebody a button maker. Shout out to you, Crafts from a Different Shade. I was so happy to meet everyone. Breezy Customs Creation. Yeah, it was definitely a nice turnout. I really want to get Jennifer Maker on the Squad Creators podcast. She has a lot of gems. I'm trying to reach out to her team, and that's what we're trying to do. So, okay, whipping right now. All right. Just whenever you get time, hit me up. Breezy, what was the best thing about Wallapalooza? I'm going to say, I mean, the meetups with everybody, because we said that in the interview. More so than the meetups, just the valuable information for me. It's all this information that's out here. And every time you go to like one of these events, if you're paying attention, yeah, the connections is there. But them remembering your face and your name, that's all that really matters. That's how you know that connection was really built. Now, if you walk up to them and you just seen them, or they're not responsive or something, then you know that connection wasn't heartfelt. So, salute to you, Real Right, on winning that button maker. We have been trying to reach you, like I said, for a while, and it honestly slipped my mind, but I'm glad you be tuning in on this live. Meetups and talking to the vendors and putting myself out there to those that may not know who I am. Laura Stewart, how are you? Greatly appreciate you tapping in on live. If this is your first one, please subscribe. I try to go live at least once a week, give an update. You can browse my channel. I'll do all sorts of tutorials, try to answer questions. Like I just had a question or a comment from someone about making a full video for the Silhouette Studio. So I gotta do it. I gotta put something out on how to use the Cameo. I guess they're switching over from the Cricut to the Cameo. I'm trying to get in with that Romeo. I think the Romeo is the next move as far as the crafter go. My honest comparison, just from seeing the Romeo in action and listening to the Cameo 3, it's like a loud zoo versus a quiet house. The Cameo is loud. It is the program, the design software is awesome, but the actual machine is just too loud. It's way too loud. Laura Stewart says, thank you, Breezy. Yeah, I'm trying to get the Romeo as well. Spoke to Patrick about it. I want that Romeo, so I may just have to grab it myself. That's how I'm feeling. Exactly the same way. So I heard Joanne's has for $5.99.
Oh, so crazy buying those.
Why are we crazy? Jason here tells us that we are crazy
Get the
for.
plotter. Get away from that stuff.
Why is it important to get the plotter, Jason?
24-inch, no gimmicks.
24-inch, no gimmicks. And he's saying we crazy for getting the Cameo.
Or the Cricut.
Or the Cricut. Even though they're 24-inch cutters?
It's gimmicky.
Gimmicky. Saying we had no business getting that, y'all. Romeo is a 24-inch as well. I just said that to him. He said it's gimmicky.
do a plotter, a real
Yeah,
one,
a real
no
one.
mats,
He said a real one.
a real one. With
Then
no,
one cut
no
out the
mats.
vinyl. I promise they cut it out.
Yeah, but you gotta use the mats. That's
Uh-uh.
like, they like step back into
You
the
don't have to
Stone
do no
Age.
mat.
They decided to go back 20 years with technology with those mats. They just want you to buy their stuff. That's all they want. They want you to buy the vinyl. Cricket's the worst. They want you to buy their vinyl.
Hey,
They want
hey,
you to buy
hey.
all their gimmicky stuff. Oh, get away from all of that.
Okay, Real Right said yes, a plotter. Okay, so he's standing on what Jason just said.
Now, the only benefit is like
Take care,
scraps.
T-Town. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. For scraps?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to cut scraps.
I
with
think
a
for
plotter.
people that don't know how to use the Cameo, they have to use a mat. A lot of folks, like, you don't have to use that mat for the Cameo. It's loud as shit. I will give you that. That thing is loud. It's like you're driving a car the whole time. It's definitely loud, but as far as cutting, I done ran like 1,000 shirts. Now that took a little bit of a while. The 1,000 shirts.
Not bad.
With that, oh my
With
gosh.
a real plotter, you can cut like 30 feet at one time. You just set it up and go.
He's saying you can cut 30 feet at one time with a real plotter versus a Cameo or a Cricut. I really like the software in Cameo, so I stand on Cameo. But Silhouette, if you see me, I'm out here fighting. Tell us why we should, you know, be fighting for the Cameo versus going to get a Graph Tech like Real Right said.
Yep.
Is the plotter cheaper than the Romeo?
You can get a, well, it depends which one you get. U.S. cutters are louder than like what are the Rolands are like the top of the line, but those are expensive.
Roland's is, yeah, that's like a whole different class.
But you can get like a cheaper plotter for. I had a U.S. cutter. That was a little louder, but you get a U.S. cutter for like $300-400.
So a U.S. cutter for $300 or $400. It's a little
24.
loud. 24-inch. Yeah, the Roland is expensive.
Rolands are, but that's like.
Yeah, the name brand. That's like walking in the print industry saying
Yeah.
you see all of them using Rolands, pretty much.
That's.
T-Town Tense, my roller feed for my Cameo has been throwing off my cuts because it's not rolling good. You have the 15-inch, right? After so many cuts, that stuff, you have to readjust. After like doing like, I'm gonna say probably
What?
a good 50 to 60 shirts, sometimes you have to readjust on that Cameo.
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends how straight it depends how straight it is.
Yeah.
It depends how straight your vinyl is on there. You know, if you get your vinyl perfectly straight on there, no.
US cutter 24-inch 400. That ain't bad. So they saying we should rock with the US 24-inch cutter for 400. Stop messing around with the Cameos and the Crickets. The plotter has its own software as well. Breezy Custom Creations.
We use sure cuts a lot.
Shear cuts.
Sure cuts a lot.
Sure cuts.
Sir cuts a lot. I don't-
Sir cuts a lot.
But it's just like you can design something on there, but.
See, that's where I'm gonna have to say.
You can still use Silhouette software. Probably you can export.
That's
You
where
can still
Silhouette is
design
winning
Silhouette. You
again.
can still use Silhouette software.
So Cameo is killing it with the software, but not the machine. Okay, the machine you can definitely get in there and actually cut, but it's super loud, and it's not the best cutter. Software means everything.
I just know if I was starting a company like that, I would go with a plotter. 24-inch plotter. That's what I would do. Maybe like a small cutter, just in case, you know. But
Yeah.
I would do for sure 24-inch plotter.
I have like,
Don't do 15.
how many Cameos do I have?
Do
I have-
12 or 24.
I had 5 Cameos. I think I'm down to like 3 or 4.
I'll never understand why you see those people online with like 5 crickets going.
Oh my gosh, don't you come after my community. That's my community. That's my crafty community, man. Come on. You say I'll never understand. Shout out to Adriana.
Just get a
She
plotter.
has 8 of them behind her at one time going. She in there getting busy.
Just get a plotter. What are y'all doing?
Cause she cutting multiple things at one time. It's real.
Hey, let's be honest. Ain't nobody cutting stuff like that anymore anyways.
Oh,
You know what they're
here we
doing
go.
now. We know what they're doing now.
He said we know what you're doing. Lizzie C, how are you doing this evening? Thank you for tapping in. If it's your first time here, please
You know what, John?
comment, like, subscribe.
Come
Oh
over
my
that direct
gosh.
to film world.
Come on over to the direct-to-film world.
Dark
There's
side.
still going to be some vinyls that everybody's going to want to use and cut. Regardless of the direct-to-film world. The direct-to-film can actually print the colors, however many colors, right? But some of the stuff that DTF cannot take over, the puff, you can have the puff look, but it's not puffed. It's not raised.
No, I think there's always a place for vinyl.
Um,
Vinyl will always be around. But
I'm not a fan of the glitter DTF.
yeah,
I feel like that's a... I
I'm
don't
excited to
know.
try out the glow.
The glow, yeah, the glow is something different. I've tried the fluorescent. Somebody sent that to me. 813 Designs.
Ain't
Shout
no-
out to you.
I don't want to hurt anybody doing that fluorescent. That's a lot of setup for probably not a lot of work. I mean,
When you look at it, I mean, at that time when it had came out, which she gave that to me about 2 years ago, I want to say. It was the
it's
newest.
Sweet. It's sweet, but is there that much of a demand for it? I couldn't imagine investing in this whole machine just to do.
Nah.
fluorescents. Yeah, I mean, like I like the idea of it, but that's just a huge investment for. You're talking a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 investment
Yeah.
just to do fluorescence. There just has to be a huge demand for it. And maybe there is, obviously, but
hmm
you'd have to have a heck of a business to get into that.
I mean, just to be running it, you almost have to sign yourself up with the city and work with the safety crew. You want to do them fluorescent 24/7 all the time.
You'd have to have a normal DTF printer.
How y'all feel about direct to film or UV DTF? My fault. That's what seems to be taking over right now, and I missed a few comments. My fault.
UV.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about UV DTF. How you feel about it, Jason?
I don't know enough about it, but I don't know.
Do you guys out there all know about UV DTF? If you don't, let me know, and I'll go get an example of it.
Well, these are not. I don't think are good. These are China stuff, so I don't really know if these are great.
It's still the same thing. I seen somebody that printing.
But they crack. Some of them are good. Not like these. Don't get me wrong, but they are just. I don't know the technology.
The technology is not there.
I don't know if the technology is there yet.
Yeah.
Because you don't see anybody pushing the machines.
It's
Nobody in
so
the industry is pushing the machines.
This is Jason. This is my partner right here in crime.
You don't see anybody pushing the UV DTF machines. So that tells
I
me,
haven't seen anybody pushing them yet, but in
that
time it
tells
will.
me that the technology's not there yet.
Yeah.
I think it will be.
Mm.
The demand. I think the demand's there, but I don't think the technology's there because it's a lot of. You have to do the mask and the film and the process, and I don't know.
DTF is expensive, y'all. And the reason I say it's not expensive to buy, not expensive to purchase, not prints, but to maintain. So anybody that's into UV DTF, if you are watching this video and you do see it, please drop a comment and let me know if you know how much it costs.
UVs are expensive. UVs are really expensive to buy.
The printer,
Well, just the prints, the custom prints are expensive. Custom
on average, how much?
for UV,
Mm-hmm.
I price it out to get custom ones. So I sell the ones that fit the 16-ounce Libby glass.
Yeah.
I went to get a bunch of those custom made for $150 gang sheet. Like that was the size of the gang sheet.
Mm.
Each one of those would be like $3 1/4.
Wow.
So there's no markup on my end. I wasn't gonna do it because I can't sell them for enough to make any money. There's no profit there. For the end user, it's not too bad. But when you're spending $150 on a roll like a gang sheet,
Yeah.
and that's only for a 16-ounce Libby.
Sheesh.
That's like a 4x7. I mean, that's not very. 4-inch by 7-inch. That's not very big for $3.
Right. That is kind of expensive.
That's
a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, that's a lot. Breezy Customs. Yeah, that's a
now
lot.
that was a month ago when I looked at like 3 or 4 different companies. You know, a lot changes, but
Real Rice said that's bullshit. I work in the sign industry. I use vinyl daily.
sign vinyl's not going anywhere.
Yeah, sign vinyl ain't ever going anywhere. I don't think.
Well, you got the printers, but those have been around forever. But
My money comes with instruction. Laugh out loud. That's for real. I'm saying laugh out loud. She said her money come with instructions. It's a good way to think about it. Look at it, for sure. Breezy Custom, somebody told me that DTF is a lazy way out. I disagree. By cutting vinyl will never go out of style for me. So you have your diehard, folks that just stay where they are at. And then you have people that go through multiple different print methods. Some folks only mess with vinyl. They swear they ain't never messing with nothing else. I was one of the people at first. DTF is just not my cup of tea, and I am a newborn to this, so I'm learning step by step, y'all. I'm no expert. I don't know nothing. I could tell you how to press it. I could tell you how to peel. You know what I'm saying? But I could not tell you how to print. I'm learning this all right now. Folks in the chat, get with cutting decals. That's where the money is at, for real. That's real right.
Some people with DTF, it's a good tool. I would not do it just like I would not do vinyl. I think it's important to do it all. Or embroidery. You still mess with embroidery. You still do vinyl. You still do screen print transfers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good resource.
The money is there too. Scraps too. Yeah, I got mad scraps. I got scraps for days. Yo, I got boxes of scrap.
We sell scraps every day in here.
I got so much scrap at the house. It's ridiculous.
I sell vinyl. I've sold vinyl for a living for 3 years, so I don't want vinyl to go anywhere.
Right.
I full-time sell vinyl. So
yeah.
I don't know if they know my background. I full-time sell vinyl. That is my job.
Hey, you guys that's on here real quick. Jason, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go subscribe to Vinyl Supply Unlimited. New videos about to drop. He's going to have a different perspective and angle on his channel versus mine. So it only makes sense to go over to Vinyl Supply and subscribe. Let's try to get his number count up. That's Vinyl Unlimited Supply. Vinyl Supply Unlimited. It's the 5-hour, man. It's that 5-hour energy.
Did you eat your little wafers? Your little energy
No,
wafers?
I didn't eat my...
I didn't see you eat those little energy
Because that was too much energy. Like, I need to go run a marathon or something. You talking about the honey stingers. Lord, you eat those before you go work out. That's the only time you eat that. You can't eat one of those daggone wafers and come in here and just work.
Nuts of oat you in here.
Yeah.
You're taking over the world in here with those. Stupid. This is stupid right here.
Lizzie C, what is it that you do in the print industry, if anything, or do you just enjoy watching the content? What's that in the back? Epson? No, that's not Epson. I will be talking about this machine behind me in depth detail. I'm just waiting for it to get running and to get some content on it. So it's the 6000. It's the Pantera Uninet.
That's what they call it, the Uninet.
They call it the Pantera.
I don't know what. They got like
It's the
7 names.
Pantera. Yeah, it's got 28 names for it, y'all. So.
But the Uninet 6000 is the base name.
Uninet 6000. And the 3300 was here and it ran for 4 days and then it was gone. $15,000 machine. I'm gonna call it can't get right because that thing never got right. It still ain't right. It's
Paperweight.
yeah, that thing was a headache. The UV DTF, man, I'm really.
I want to get into it. Like
I would like to get into it probably 2 to 3 years now. To go back to what I was saying, though, the reason I didn't choose DTF is because I seen what everybody was going through with this. Like, and that's on a little smaller basis. That's not no big, huge machine. And then all that shit with that other machine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was kind of a turn.
I think DTF is real tough for people to get into.
Yeah.
I think people have to think about it real hard before you get into DTF. Like, you're a printer now. You're not just like, oh, I want to make my own shirts. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you do get into it, you have to plan to get into one. If your goal is not to get one of these, don't get into it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that your ROI on the little 1000s is going to pay off. I mean, it will pay off.
If you're doing one-off shirts or customs for a lot of people, that would pay off. But if you're trying to print for
You need to be
people,
doing like 50, 100 shirts a week.
yeah.
If you're not doing 50 or 100 shirts a week for yourself, unless you're selling prints. But the problem, where I see it is it only prints about 7 to 8 feet an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of printing do you have to print to pay off the machine to make money. Because you got to print at least 5 days a week.
For that 1,000?
Yeah. It's like a $5,000 machine. So you just have to look at it. You have to do the math.
We print 12 to 18 hours every day.
The printer's $5,000. It still costs you to print. Printing's not free. You're going to have waste, you're going to have scrap, and you have to print 5 days a week. So what's your ROI? You have to print how many prints do you have to print before you pay that machine off? On top of paying for your material. Not saying you can't, it's not worth it, but you really have to do the math on it.
Yeah.
And I think you my opinion, your goal is to get into one of these. Because I don't think you stay stagnant in DTF. You either grow
or get out.
Yeah, I don't
grow or
think
get out.
I don't think you just stay with the 1,000s. I don't think that's.
How many prints is this projected to print an hour? This machine right here.
Is 70 square feet an hour.
70 square feet an hour. So roughly 70 foot an hour.
That's square.
Square foot.
So linear is probably about 30, 35 feet an hour.
Sheesh.
As is.
Compared to that 1,000,
That's
I mean,
7 or 8 feet an hour. That's linear feet though. But
I'm
it's
not
still
knocking
straight.
nobody to get to 1,000. It's just
No, I
more
think it's a
uses.
good- I think it's a
yeah,
good
it's,
machine.
it's
I
good
just-
for the custom shop, I guess. I don't know, but
I
I'm a
don't know.
newborn to this, y'all.
I'm still torn on them. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Just because I know you have to run that thing every day in the setup. And
Oh, his channel is Vinyl Supply Unlimited, y'all. Just
all
like
the work that goes into the
this
1,000.
page. Hope the right page. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I said it backwards. My bad, y'all. It was. Look, I don't even have a 5-hour energy bottle. I literally just took that mic I've been trying to flip my Epson short color T3270 24-inch into eco solvent, but they keep telling me don't because it won't dry right. I don't know. We just had a full episode with Chanel Michaels from Vibrant Vibes Inc. and I believe she used something similar to that. I'm not too sure.
Do you need the heater on the printer for those, for the eco solvents?
That's a great question. I have no idea. If anybody else knows out here that's on here.
Lenny has an eco solvent, like basically a printer.
Yeah. That's a Mamaki
A
though.
Mamaki, that thing's really like 10 grand. So in the
Yes.
scheme of things, it's not a lot of money.
Sheesh.
There's a lot of money, but in this world, that's not that much money.
Yeah.
They set it up though for like 10 grand, so that's a deal, and his printer's great. But
Yeah.
the ink's like $1,000. No, it's $1,300 for another set of ink for the
Mm.
Mamaki eco solvent.
Be right back. Going up to my other computer. All right, Breezy, we here. Yes, that's why. Yeah.
What?
So, what you was just seconding what you was saying with that Mamaki.
I think they're really good printers. I think they used to be lower tier Mamaki to the Roland's.
Shoot,
and
used to be.
Mamutos, was it Mamuto? And the Rolands were top end years ago. Mamaki's really stepped up their game because they're like half. They were like, I don't know, when I first got this industry years ago, they were half of the Rolands in those, and they were kind of like the lower end. Now,
So I heard Mamaki is using Epson print heads though.
probably. I think everybody uses Epson print heads.
There's no way of getting around it because that's the only one that heats up, right?
I don't know.
Epson's makes the only print head that heats up. I don't know if anybody else do. I'm just speaking off what I've learned throughout the years. That's what I was told. I don't know. I would love to ask Epson.
Epson's,
I forgot
you can only use Epson for sublimations because they do not heat. That's for sublimation. That's why you can't use like the Canons because they heat up and dry the ink. So that's why you can only use Epson. So if Canon would get rid of their system where they heat their ink up, they would sell a million printers like Epson, and they probably wouldn't cry about it.
Yeah, Epson is a little bit upset, y'all, with the people converting their printers.
Doesn't make any sense.
Real right, that's why, huh? Yes, I use EcoJet daily, and they dry.
Do they?
Wow.
I didn't know if they had to have heaters on there. Because it's like you have to use certain types of film and whatnot. Like a printable adhesive or whatever.
Wow.
Now the eco solvent for shirts, because like Caesar makes stuff, that stuff's expensive.
It is.
It's real expensive. And there's no white, so the white is your material and you still have to weed it. That was like DT, that's what we used to use back in the day.
Wow.
But it's like $3 a square foot, $2.50, $3 a square foot. It's expensive.
So a lot of the printers out there on the market, which are Epson printers, have been converted. A lot. like different models, different types. Some have been a pain, some have been actually what they needed. We'll have Epsons on the show here in a couple of weeks. What are some questions you guys want to ask Epsons? Why is Epson so upset? It's because people are taking their printers and turning them to other avenues of printing instead of just printing on paper. So they're going to get the eco solvent tanks like I have up there.
They would sell
Eco.
10 of those. That just doesn't make any sense. I would
It
ask
don't
that
make
question.
sense,
I would
but
ask
that's
that
what they're
question.
doing. That's
You
what
would
they're
sell
doing.
1/10 of the amount of printers.
Yeah.
You don't see Canons at Sam's Club. You see Epsons at Sam's Club.
Well, I
Just
guess
imagine
it's cutting into their profit. People,
everybody's just using these for business anymore. No,
Yeah.
nobody prints stuff anymore.
No.
So
And then the
like-
at-home people, though, they're not going to
Nobody's
spend
printing
it.
stuff. No, you.
So I'm going to play. You be the marketer, and I'm going to play the reason why we're converting printers. You argue why you shouldn't.
Shouldn't argue convert them
Yeah. Why shouldn't you convert them?
and do what?
I don't know. For instance, we put sublimation ink in there. It's intended for regular ink. By that term, by that happening, that action alone, it made it a conversion. Epsons is upset about that.
Now, the only reason I could see them being upset about that is Amazon's like terrible return policy for sellers. That there's no questions asked; they just return your money.
So that's what one of the arguments was about.
So that I can argue.
It has the Epsons name on there, and they're trying to send the printer back to Epsons after they've done that.
Yes, so I agree with that. There's no return policy. There's no refund. There's no what's the other word?
No refund, no return, no none of that.
Warranty. There's nothing.
Warranties.
Like when you do that, you're not getting your money back. It's like that was on Mark, so it's like $300 printer, whatever. But
Educated, how are you doing?
that makes sense. If they're giving a lot of money back for people who are buying them and don't know what they're doing, and then they convert them and then they have to give their money back, I would be upset if I was Epson for that. But they need a better policy in place where like just they shut down all returns. Like you send us their printer and then we decide if we're gonna give you a return. Like that I don't know any other way to do it. But
The only way they could do that is by testing the ink that was in that printer to make sure that it was Epson's ink and not something else.
it's not submission. Now if that is their argument, that yes, we're selling 1 million units a year, but we're returning 20% of them or 25% of them or whatever the number is.
Sheesh.
If it's an astronomical number
Yeah.
that kills their profit, then that makes sense. But if that's not the argument, I don't get it, because you're not rebuying that ink. They don't use much ink, so you're not like out there buying. Nobody buys cartridges anymore.
No.
And the eco tanks, you can use that ink for 2 years before you run out of ink in the bottle, the ink that comes with it. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
Yeah. Does anybody out there use a white toner? I don't know nothing about white toners.
I don't know if any of you guys have a white toner printer, please drop a comment.
Do you like it? I won't. That's not something I'm gonna get into. Just curious on how they work.
I know Uninet's 560 Uninet.
They push those more than the DTF printers.
Yeah, that's all I see on the
That's all it is.
from Uninet is at 560.
Is that better for the at-home crafter instead of
That's what they're trying to push.
DTF?
But that thing's like a couple $1,000s, if not more.
But if you want anything, you gotta spend money. Like you're not getting nothing for $300.
Not if it's okay. So we in the house, and we trying to make a little bit of money. They're not gonna go buy that white toner printer either.
Then just buy. If you don't have the $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, just buy prints, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't blame people for doing that.
Yeah.
And I think that you can make a lot of money by doing that. But if you want to do something out of your house, and you want to make the prints,
It's gonna be a little bit hard.
is the white toner the way to go for you guys that do that? And I don't know. Like if you're gonna look at the Epson, say you're looking at the Uninet 1000 or the white toner, they're a couple $1,000s apart.
Mm-hmm.
Is that worth it to go white toner for personal use? If you're just using it for personal use,
Yeah. See, this is $3,700, man, for this.
it's not that bad.
And then so the Uninet I Color 560 Smart something is 36. The Uninet I Color 560 White Transfer Toner is $39.95.
And I understand they price out most
Then
of
the
the home
ink is
models. And I understand that they're
$500.
pricing out a lot of the people.
Sheesh. So the Pro Color, back on the DTF, because it just popped up, the L805 T-shirt printer, A4 DTF printer direct to film, $1,750.
What site is that on?
That's Pro Color. That's on their website.
Careful with those.
Careful. I don't know. That's a good argument
It's
right
not
there.
that those are bad printers. Just you're expecting a whole lot more than what it's capable of doing. I just feel like if you have less waste with the white toner, because with DTF you just have so much waste and
DTF is ridiculous amount of ink wastage
in film.
and film. Yeah, for sure.
But white toner, I don't know nothing about white toner.
Barb, I have the Oki 8432 white toner printer. I have 2 of the Pro Color DTF printers.
What do you like better?
Which one do you like better, Barb? Between the 2. Just gotta wait on her to respond. I did the whole DTF versus white toner, and then I asked a professional. I'm not gonna say their name. I'm not gonna put them on the spot. I was like, "What's the difference between white toner transfer and DTF?" And he was like, "It's the exact same thing."
Well,
It's a cleaner process though if you leave it up to the white toner versus the DTF.
I know this sounds really bad. And hope there's not too many people watching it, and everybody's like gung ho on quality, and I am too. Don't get me wrong. Nobody wants to put out bad stuff.
It's that artwork though. Make sure your artwork.
But the idea that people keep shirts for years and years and years.
Yeah. Unless it's a memorial shirt, no one's keeping shirts like that or wearing shirts like that for years at a time.
30 people a day that come to my store, and the people make shirts to wear for one weekend, and then they don't wear them anymore. So, like, yes, I mean, we want quality, but I mean, yes, I keep shirts for a long time, and a lot of people do, and everybody will argue, "Oh, I've had the same shirt for 20 years."
Hey, Seek, if you window watching, quit window watching and come on. He ain't hit me up, man.
Is Seek on there?
I don't know if he on here. You gotta be window watching. Come on through, man.
He's under a fake name.
He under a fake name,
He's got like 7 accounts.
yeah.
Put a KD on there.
Uh-oh.
But I don't know. I'm curious what the white toner on how that is.
I mean, the artwork is the artwork, if anywhere. People are uploading it over 300 DPI, and the artwork is actually solid lines. It's not all over the place.
We need to start pushing too. Don't screenshot your Cricut.
Yeah, don't screenshot your Cricut images and send
go to
it.
the BG
Yeah,
background.
don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
It does not work.
Don't do it.
It'll remove it on that program, but once the person gets that actual
You
image,
can't print it.
you cannot print it.
You can
It's
do
garbage.
You can do on sublimation a little bit. You can get away with it on sublimation. You cannot.
Yeah, but sublimation is like
You can get with it.
it's a different ball game.
But you can't with DTF. It looks awful. And
That's
then,
some real pixelated
and
pictures,
then they're
y'all.
complaining that the colors aren't right. That's the folks that complain that the
Yeah.
colors are right.
Yeah.
Oh, my blue ain't right.
My
Well,
blue ain't right, yeah. You screenshot a screenshot. Okay, Barb says each has their functions. I use a white toner for temp tattoos. Yeah, that's right. That's what you told us
white
before.
toner for that.
Yeah, temporary
I forgot people do
tattoos.
that.
Yeah.
that
Stickers
like
and
a
other
market
things. Oh, yeah. I don't forget who I talked to about that.
I've been on here for like football. and
Literally,
stuff
we was just talking about it. And other things, I use DTF a lot for shirts. White toner, definitely less maintenance.
like that. That's what I was wondering, if there's less maintenance.
I say learn your software for the white toner or DTF. Learn the software to have it embedded in your brain.
I was curious on how that worked.
I've seen it in action, and I buy the images. Shout out to Cryo, RJ over at Cryo. Yeah, that's my homeboy, RJ. He was showing us at the Wallapalooza what those images was looking like. Man, they was coming out crispy.
For
Them colors on a white toner. Cryo is also a white toner printer.
But you know they're using like 17,000 DPI images.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know they're using the
Something
best.
super clear.
Yeah,
and
which is good. I mean, you should, right? It's like when you go to the store and look at the TV at Best Buy, you know, 27,000K, which you don't get that at home, so they're never gonna look like that. But you know, the real world though, people send bad art.
And some people don't even know that they have bad art. Like, you couldn't tell me my stuff wasn't crispy until I noticed
So you
that I
sent it to
wasn't
me.
bumping it up to 300 DPI. I'm
So
like, what are you
started
talking
sending
about?
it to yeah, it was fine until you tried to get a DTF. Then I was like, never mind.
Yeah, so I've had people just fixing my stuff on the low and even telling me they fixing it. I have an Epson Eco Tank 15,000 for sublimation. That's what's up there.
No, that's
Ain't
we got
it?
well over 1,000 prints. So that's what that is. 15,000.
Yeah,
That thing's a workhorse.
it is. It'll definitely help you get to the bag. And that printer is way better than the conversions of the Workforce 7720, in my opinion.
So I heard those are good. Like the
They last.
doesn't Epson come out with like an actual sub printer now though? Don't they have like an actual sub?
So they have a sub printer, the F
150 or
150 or something, yeah. And T-Town Sense is just on here. He was saying to me though in another live that it lays down way too much ink. That
If
570.
any of them are creators and they have a, what's the other one? The other submission printer.
They're all creators.
What's the other submission printer?
Workforce.
No, the real expensive one. Sawgrass.
Oh, yeah.
People have so many problems with those. They cannot get their colors to be bright. So if you have bright colors on your Sawgrass, make content about that. Because I get 7 out of 10 people that come in here with a Sawgrass, their colors are not bright.
T. Johnson, how are you doing this evening? Does anybody on here have a Sawgrass?
Make that content. I've been sending them to the one girl that...
What's her name? Crafty Brick.
Yes.
Courtney.
But she like didn't hear that. She's like, I never heard of that. I'm sure you've heard it. Since
Yeah.
7 out of 10 people that have that, like their colors aren't right. They just don't pop. Is it the paper? Is it the ink? I heard it's the settings. I don't know. I've never used one. If you don't set it for the right material that you're pressing it on. But that would be a good content creation if you have that, because a lot of people have that issue. I talk to 20 end users a day, and people don't know.
Barb says, plus the HTV, which I use for a lot of spirit wear. I love HTV. He sells Caesar. I will rock with Caesar occasionally, but this guy's known me for years. What name am I getting ready to say? Come on, man.
That's why I can't even put you on my page.
Come on. What name am I going to say? You gotta say it. Just say it one time. Because he know. If he know, y'all know. Y'all know what vinyl I rock with.
He uses Caesar.
Shout out to James. No, I don't use Caesar. I do use Caesar. I ain't gonna lie. Say I don't use Caesar. I will use Caesar in a pinch. It's just like when I first started in this industry, I had some horrible issues, and it could have been user error, with the electric. I actually had a family reunion and a passing of someone where I had like 50 to 100 shirts, and half of those shirts, I got complaints from UB and Caesar.
It might have been like when electric was new as well. I would much rather get away from using that. But no, they don't go 12-inch. You can't. There's no other good 12-inch.
You didn't say the name.
I'm not saying the name.
Come on, we talking about Econo. If y'all don't know,
They don't do 12-inch.
Shout out to Econo Transfers.
They don't do 12-inch. No, we mess with their 20-inch.
For the crafting community, it's very important to do that 12-inch. James, y'all need to reconsider that 12-inch for the crafting community. For those people that don't have a lot of, or the big, cutting machines like we were just talking, 24 inches or the Rollins or the Plotters. Sketches to Design. Appreciate you joining us. How are you doing this evening? How was the weather? It is almost 7 o'clock.
We've been dead today. Everything's closed from the damage, though.
Yeah, if they come in here, they're going to be amazed. It looked crazy for about a week.
They're all just waiting on this stuff.
Yep.
I don't know.
Sketches, what do you do as far as the printing industry? Are you working with the vinyl? Are you working with direct to film? Are you doing screen printing, sewing? I think you can adjust. This is Barb. I think you can adjust the ink flow by choosing the nozzle, small or large dots, which is in the software. I'm gonna have to tell T-Town that. That's what he was complaining about. That's for that big sublimation printer.
Oh, the sawgrass?
Not Sawgrass, or no.
I was talking about the sawgrass that's not very vibrant. Or were you talking about the Epson Workforce or whatever?
Well, one's laying down too much ink to Epson.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and I had scrolled back through the comments, but she very, very well been talking about that Epson
Could
as
be
well.
both. Who knows?
No, I'm not in that building. Educated Natural. She just asked me if I was with JP still. I'm not with JP. I'm here with Jason though. I tried out there in Massland. We just couldn't come on formal grounds. We couldn't, So now I'm
Wasn't right
here.
timing, right?
Yeah, the timing just was not right. And we was trying to force something that wasn't going to work.
I'm glad it didn't work. I'm
He said, I'm glad it did work.
glad you're here.
Yeah. So no educated natural. You're the first person that's asked me about that. I had very no viewers when I was going up to Mathland. I did trips. I did like 83,000 videos going up to Mathland.
It wasn't right then. It wasn't right. No,
Every time, everything has a time. Sketch to design. Rainy days in Jersey, but God is good. Say that again. Amen. Sketch to design. I do vinyl and screen printing transfers, but I have access to screen printing and embroidery. Okay. The educated natural. Oh, I thought I was tripping. No, you ain't tripping. That means you are in step with me. So you've seen actually what's been going on. And for y'all that don't know, this is like everybody that's been with me since day one. Like when I first, turned on the camera, they've been rocking with your boy.
years. Slayton heard you talk about me for a long time then.
Probably. They know I'm always
Oh, I know. So
shouting
you
out.
talking about me then?
Yep.
Now you're here.
Yep. So Vinyl Supply Unlimited, y'all. VSU, right up there.
Here comes the infomercial.
Here comes the infomercial. It's coming in hot. All right.
Here comes Actually Clean.
So I've been knowing and buying and purchasing vinyl off of Jason for years, like since the beginning, literally.
Back when I was screen printing.
Back when you were screen printing, yeah, it's been a while. Back when I had nowhere else to go to get vinyl, and I was not ordering vinyl offline because it was too expensive.
Before you found Econo. There, I said the name.
Yeah, before I found Econo. That's true. But I have to say this. If I was to give my honest review throughout the years, you see I got rolls of Econo. And it's never let me down.
There's Caesar boxes. So
It doesn't matter.
like
The Caesar boxes
like
are
Caesar
great.
meat.
No, Caesar boxes are
Looks like
great. Hey, Caesar, I appreciate the boxes. But I like Econo. It sticks to the shirt. I have shirts that I made with Econo and made with Caesar at the same time. And my shirts with Econo, honestly, they are 9 times out of 10, they're the ones that last.
No, it just sucks that you can't get their product into the crafters anymore because they won't do 12-inch.
Well, I think I'm still gonna blame that on the newness of them. They're only 5 years
That's
old.
fine. I'm not blaming or I just if it's a good product and you stand by, it just sucks that the crafters. It's not worth it for me to buy it and convert it to have the 12-inch and then the off cut. Like it's not worth it for me to convert that and then have to try to get rid of that 8-inch off cut.
But you're looking at it as a wholesaler too. It does argue for the crafters.
But yeah, the crafters are gonna buy. They don't want 20. They don't want 12 by 20 inch sheets.
Yeah.
They don't want 20-inch by 5-yard.
Well, how do y'all feel? Because some of these people on here are just crafters.
If you got the
So
product,
which
yes.
brand does Jason prefer? He only sells Caesar.
That's
No.
why I sell Caesar.
Yeah.
That's just what I sell.
He only sells Caesar, so he's a strong Caesar advocate. And
So I like Caesar because they don't sell direct. However, they're starting to sell in more and more big box stores.
they have to. They actually just got into Sam's Club.
I know,
Shout out to.
and I don't know how I feel about it.
I actually went and copped that. The latest video that I dropped, y'all, to show my love and support for Caesar. I went to Sam's Club and I purchased their 3-pack. And, gave them a shout out.
Caesar needs to figure out what their stretch because they're getting rid of stretch. No more teal. They need to figure that out. That's something they need to figure out. No more teal.
It might be a hindrance to.
Well, Caesar does weird things. Like certain companies have their own colors, and then they come in here and get mad at me when I don't have matte white. And I'm like, that's not a Caesar color, and they tell me it is. Well, it's a custom Caesar color, or alligator green, or they got some other weird colors that's not on their basic Caesar line. And I don't like companies that sell direct. So that I don't want to sell for somebody that sells direct.
Okay.
So I don't want to sell Stalls because Stalls sells
Okay.
direct.
Yeah.
So why would I want to sell for Stalls when they sell direct? You can't go to Caesar and buy.
No, Caesar's in Italy.
Same with Econo. Econo's great, but why buy from me when you just go to Econo?
True.
So what's the benefit?
Everybody has access to
my
Econo unless they hop on that
unless my
web.
margins are really, 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 really good, why? It just doesn't make sense.
I'm going to put it like this. I know Caesar's been out there for, 25, 30 years?
No idea.
40 years. So Caesar's been in the running forever, and they've been pumping great product. Caesar next to CAD Cut. Those are the two vinyls that's worldwide known. Then you have your HTV Rons and your other name brands. But to me,
As a retailer, we need more retailers like me out there. Get rid of Amazon, the big guys.
yeah.
But for me,
Amazon's dominating. They sell everything. It's
but
hard.
it's more expensive on Amazon.
It is.
But they just don't want them selling direct.
Right.
And like China's killing us too, selling direct.
So educated natural, I'm gonna say Jason prefers all Caesar.
Only because that's what I sell.
Yeah, he's actually in with Caesar. So
I'm an authorized
Barb,
retailer.
yeah, authorized Caesar retailer. My fault. Barb says I buy Stahl's HTV and signed vinyl. Stahl's is
Stahl's is good stuff. There's nothing wrong
It
with
is.
Stahl's vinyl, yeah.
It
But
definitely
for me
is.
as a retailer, I don't want to.
The Stalls, if you ever watch this video, you guys gotta invite me back out there. I buy from Sketches to Design. What happened to B-Flex? Haven't heard from
You don't hear.
B-Flex. I don't know. We have to reach out to Hard House Printing.
They do it at Atlanta. That's their shop in Atlanta, isn't it? Vinyl.
Mm-mm.
Isn't that him? Or didn't he sell B-Flex?
I'm not sure.
I thought that was.
I think
B-Flex
Atlanta
is-
Vinyl has their own brand of
I
vinyl.
thought that was down.
They have their own brand of vinyl. Atlanta Vinyl.
But they're more popular down south than B-Flex or whatever. At least it seems like.
Wow. To be honest, I don't know. Any of those 5-second brands, I don't see them lasting.
Thermaflex, another one that's been around for a while.
Thermaflex has a 5-second, the Turbo Flex, right?
Yeah.
Is that what that
I
is?
can get that, yeah.
That's the only one that I know that stayed around and been around.
But you can do like umbrellas and like chairs, like you said at baseball games, and like those little folding chairs. You can put on stuff like that. Was it the Rylon or nylon or whatever? That's what you can use that for. The Caesar doesn't really have anything like that. Not in all the colors. But those are they don't sell enough for me to like stock. I can get them, but I don't stock them in my store. I don't sell enough of those.
Yeah.
It's more of a specialty. And then people don't want paint. Is sublimation still popular for everybody? Now
Sublimation is jumping.
What's his name?
Sublimation ain't going nowhere. Still
Ruben says out there nobody does sublimation no more.
Nah, he's
That's what
tripping.
he claims sublimation is dead. I don't.
Sublimation is not.
He
It's
says
not going
out-
nowhere. I don't think that's
He
ever
says
going
out
to go
California
anywhere.
nobody does sublimation.
He's lying.
That's what he said.
Ruben T-shirt buddy, cool, but you're lying, buddy. You
He
know
says
sublimation
nobody
is still
does
powerful in
sublimation
effect.
out
I would say for shirts, maybe.
No, for sure, but like, I'm like, what
But
about?
like you got
keychains?
mugs and
He
keychains
says
and
they
all
don't do that
types
stuff
of
no
yeah,
more.
right.
That's what he said.
That's here.
Yeah, what do
That
they
ain't
say?
going nowhere.
That's what.
I don't have anybody from California per se on this one. I don't think, but that's hard to fathom, or
I
even
don't
hard to wrap
understand
my
it.
head around it. I don't think that.
Because there's a place for it all. I don't like sublimation on shirts really, but
It's sublimation dead, y'all.
I still sell sublimation stuff every day. He says in California it's dead.
Maybe in his area in California they ain't messing with it, but
That's what I'm thinking. Well,
it's
it's not his world.
you got silky socks, you got the bandana, you got the whole bless your body movement. There's
And
no way that they're not
you
messing
can't-
with that.
I mean, you can't DTF a sock like you can't sublimation a sock.
Yeah, sublimation is in the fabric,
That's
not
for
on the
socks.
fabric.
I mean, that's. Yeah, you even with UV, you're not gonna. Sublimation cups are better than UV tumblers, than UV wraps.
Mhm.
They're not as vibrant. On the glass, they look better, but on the white cups, I would go with sublimation over the UV wraps. So they can't.
Yeah,
Are they agreeing that it's not dead?
no one said anything yet, so I'm taking it that that's just in his area. I know sublimation is popping. Like that ain't never going nowhere. That's another means to a method, and people can do that at home very easily without that. But the main argument being right now is a lot of people aren't gonna go buy an expensive name brand Epson's printer that actually prints sublimation because they can convert these printers.
For
If you
$300
can
bucks.
get $300 or $400 versus $2,000 to $3,000, it's a no-brainer.
You're not going to get a lot of your market. Now, back when we was getting all that free money, people would have spent that.
Yeah,
Back when we was getting all that free
You
money.
talking about the
Yeah,
pandemic,
stimulus,
the
you get all that
codemic,
stimulus money.
the
Got to
stimulus
buy-
checks.
Instead of buying Tigers, we could be buying, Epson sublimation printers. But
So Barb says sublimation for some shirts, definitely cups, tumblers, and accessories like Mike mentioned. Sublimated pictures on canvas. Yeah, I can imagine that just disappearing.
no.
It's like the vinyl versus DTF. Anything that comes out in the future. it's just an add-on to the screen printing, to the embroidery, to the sublimation,
a
to the
place.
vinyl, to the. It's like going in the grocery store and looking at all them different breads.
But I think like screen printing for 25 shirts is dead.
Yeah.
Maybe 50 shirts is even dead for screen printing. Vinyling 25 shirts is the same thing.
So let me ask you a question, Jason. How do you feel about direct-to-film towards screen printers? Do you think that's going to affect them?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because it's direct to film is empowering stay-at-home crafters to overtake screen printers. I think screen printers have done a disservice to themselves for many, many years. And all those times, I think everybody that's ever been in sports or knows anybody it's bought anything, they're like, oh, well, it's the second week of the season and we still don't have our shirts and our jerseys. And I'm not always blaming the screen printer for that, but I hear it, everybody hears it. And I think it's empowering the stay-at-home crafter mom, guys, but the stay-at-home crafters more, or the at-home crafters, it's giving them more power to overtake screen printers. I think screen printing will still be there, but I think if you don't have an automatic, that's where it's for screen printers. The screen printing 50 or 100 shirts, I think, is going to die, especially one color, I think is going to die off. So I think if you can do 500 or 1,000 shirts,
Yeah.
you can do it.
But just the 25 to 50 or 100.
I don't, because I think it's empowering. John down the road can do it, and he can do full color for the same price, or this or that, or they were bombarded in X, Y, or Z, or they were running the same business. How many screen printers are coaches or teachers in the town? I mean, for every small town in America, I feel like the screen printing company was the coach or the teacher, the mayor, somebody in the town that owned the screen printing shop that was connected to the schools. It's been like that everywhere. So it's changing, and I think a lot of people have been burnt, and they've burned a lot of their people. They haven't evolved. They didn't get automatics. They just kept doing the same old thing. And if they don't get into this DTF,
they're gonna be stomped out.
They're not. I don't think there's gonna. They have to evolve. So
anybody on here that screen prints and do DTF, I'll ask you the same question. Do you think DTF is going to ultimately take out screen printing? Even though I just sat up here and said that there is a means to use all of these different methods, a lot of people feel strongly about what that question just asked.
I think it's going to weed out the weak screen printing shops. The screen printing shops that don't evolve, it's going to if they're not doing vehicle wraps or vehicle lettering or tinting or DTF, if they're just screen printing shops and they're not evolving, which we all have to evolve, right? I mean, that's
right.
I sold vinyl, and I'm going to do. You have to evolve. If they're not evolving, they better have a strong embroidery business.
Shout out to Barb.
Banners, something to do with that. If you don't, I think you're in trouble.
Yeah. Sketches to design. I have an absence workforce 7,700. So 7,700. What I need to convert is still popular over here. We don't know.
I don't know what Ruben's talking about.
Hit up
T-shirt buddy, ask him, where is this?
Y'all hit up T-shirt buddy. Ask him where we got this at.
This nonsense.
It's madness. I don't do screen printing, and I'm not interested in doing so. I order screen print transfers. That's Barb.
Yeah, you can bump like 50. Well, they were like 50 cents a piece.
They used to be 50 cents a piece.
They might even 75 cents a piece.
Not anymore.
You can get one color for even $1 a piece. You can't get a DTF for $1 print. It's
right.
Not full color. But it's the access to everybody sitting at home can take that business from that local screen printing shop. Why would you go there? I mean, you don't have to. It's he runs on the PTO team. Yeah, we can do those shirts for $10 or whatever it is, instead of going to this company who messed us over, screwed us over last year. So I think that it's empowering the people more.
It is. It definitely is.
But crafters are going to hurt themselves too.
Ooh, why do you say that?
Most crafters don't do this full time, which is fine. So this is no put down to crafters. I talk to 100 crafters a week. A lot of them get burnt out. If you don't do this full time, you're going to do this for 6 months. You're going to get the local team. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to take a job when you shouldn't have taken it.
Yep. And
you're going to screw them over. Or you're going to get out of it because you work. You're a full-time parent. You work full-time. You got kids. This is not your full-time job. It all of a sudden blew up overnight. And I think crafters have to be careful not to screw over the crafting name of like, oh, he or she does it out of their house.
Yeah.
I think that there has to be some responsibility to that, like not to do that. because they do get burned out. I get a lot of people.
But a lot of people that are turning from crafter, if you don't go, it's like you just said, you have to go into this like, this is what I want to do.
I don't think
And
not
I'm about
crafting.
to-
I don't think so.
Nah, not making little craftable things like little,
But I
you know,
think
picture frames and stuff like that. Not no knock or no diss, but if you like how I was, I threw the towel in and I was like, there's nothing else out there for me. I'm going all in
I
on
think
t-shirts.
that's less
and-
than 1%.
Really?
I think more of what it is this is I think their goal and their dream is to do that, but it's hard to get rid of that mainstream of income. So whatever you're making a year, it's hard to get rid of the mainstream of income.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the benefits. So you can make an extra 20, 30 grand a year side hustle. That's a lot of money just extra, right? So I think more people are doing that, especially with COVID, because you can make a lot of money. You
Yeah,
can go
during
make 50
COVID
grand-
was nice.
You can go over here and make 50 grand a year at Costco right now. So people aren't quitting their job. If somebody's like, oh, we'll pay you $12 an hour, they're like, no, I'll do my own thing. I can make $12 an hour.
Right.
Washing windows down in the neighborhood or mowing grass. But 50 grand a year,
A little bit hard to top.
where we are, that's okay money. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
really, but it's
topple.
okay. Not like California.
Barb, rhinestones are popular for school spirit wear and mom's grandma's spirit wear. Yeah, definitely.
Barb, does she do those?
Barb does everything. Barb is into. She has the Oki. She has the embroidery machines, which she just mentioned right here. I do a variety. Oh, she just answered that. I do a variety of decorating types. My shop is at the end of my house. I have a X tool laser, which I plan to use mainly for leather patches.
Or you do everything. Just be careful with that, in my opinion. Sometimes if we do too much,
She's been
it
doing
takes
this for
away
like-
from some things. I know that situation, but like sometimes if you do too much, like I can't do DTF and screen print and tint windows and I can't.
Yes,
like,
it's a lot going on.
I can't do all that, you know. But sometimes when you're smaller, you need to do all those things.
Yeah.
Now
make a shop.
I've wanted to sell rhinestone, because rhinestones you just heat on, you heat press on, right? Ain't that what you do with those?
Mhm.
I've wanted to sell.
Well, most of them. I think that's the quick fix. I don't know. I think the
Isn't-
quick fix or
Is
the
it
quick
like
set
an
or something.
HTV that they put the rhinestones in or something, and then
Flock.
Like, they put it in flock? I wanted to sell rhinestone designs in here, like pre-done.
template?
No, just like pre-done designs, where they just like the UVs,
Okay.
like a glittered football, like mom.
Oh,
I
okay.
could sell 50 rhinestone mom designs a week, easy. You know, out here, if it was like a rhinestone that had mom or the Sanderson sisters or
Oh, yeah.
Halloween, I could sell probably 200 a week out here. Obviously, I'm not going to make them, but at
Well, that's
least
a lot of work,
But
though.
I don't know how expensive those are. I think those are expensive. And
The
you can just heat press
rhinestones
them
I
on.
got, the ones that I got was all quick. The only time that I didn't have the, well, no, I got quick set after the first one. I did rhinestone shoes for Alexa's prom. This was like 2 years ago.
Before I got into the DTF, I was looking for someone that did rhinestones because I wanted to do like the faux leather where they sell. I wanted someone to sell just rhinestone transfers,
Yeah.
just a rhinestone transfer in my store that they could take home and press, because we could sell
Yeah. That's bling right there on
astronomical number.
bling on
But
demand right then and there.
I don't know if there's enough money in it or margin in it, or it like how expensive it is for the end user. Because if they're $12 a piece, I don't know how many people's gonna buy it. I don't know how much
the
they cost.
rhinestone shirts that I've seen that
They're
people
expensive.
are selling are
They're
$80.
Expensive.
$80. And if it's like $40 to $50, I've seen it was just like a little something right
I know
here.
they're expensive.
It wasn't nothing that was across the chest. It's time intensive. That's labor. That is expensive, but
But I think there's a huge market for that because not in our area there's not a lot of rhinestones. They're not pushing it. They don't push it.
no.
And I think people will pay for it if it's.
I was gonna do some rhinestones, but I got turned off by it
What
messing
did
with
Barb
those
say? How
shoes.
much that stuff runs?
The
Rhinestones? Because I don't know nothing about it.
I just said a couple of things. Hold on. So, above all, embroidery is the best. That's Barb. I have a bunch of types of sewing machines, industrial, post bed for sewing patches on caps and jackets. Yeah. Sailrite fabricator, reliable 2600 ZW for making bags. So she has a plethora of different varieties of machines and tools and stuff that she does. So, Barb, you're offering like products people can pick up, or are you just doing like orders in town, like for the schools and stuff? She has a lot over there. And okay, Barb says, and of course a regular sewing machine, seggers, cover stitch for custom garment sewing. She has everything. Sergers, I mean, I said seggers.
Sewing, like, it's hard to find places to sew stuff anymore.
Sew it is the only place that I know, and
That's dying off.
that's dying.
It's sweet little old ladies have been sewing for 60 years. I think, but you know what I mean? Like,
They're over it.
they're just, that's
They're
it. They're
done.
retired.
Yeah, they said it's over. It's over
But I
right
don't know
now.
but I don't know that there's a big market because we're just such a throwaway, like, we got a hole in it, just throw it away and go buy a new one. But we want them to do that.
Alterations.
But yeah, but we want them to do that. We don't want them.
Yeah.
We don't want you to. I don't want you to wear the same shirt for 3 years. You don't want them to wear the same shirt for 3. We want you to wear it for 3.
I want 3 months max.
Throw that away.
Throw
buy
it away.
another.
Get another one. Get
We
a
don't want
crispy
that.
one.
Yeah, well, we don't want that.
That family reunion last year, you should be wearing that.
No.
It is a family reunion this year.
You need a new Browns shirt this
New
year.
brown shirt
You need
this
a new
year,
Buckeye
yeah.
shirt this year.
Yep.
You throw it away. Buy a new hoodie. Throw the last one away.
Yeah.
Don't get it. You know.
That's how we think, though, as the people that's making the product and, are the product and giving it to the customer.
We don't want it to last 10 years.
Barb says, I do custom orders, schools, youth sport leagues, and also local businesses. So she has her area pretty much covered.
Where's she at? Where you
In
at?
Minnesota.
That's probably already snowing up there, ain't it?
She said it was 60 degrees, so it's cold
Snow
there.
is
It's gonna
snowing.
be cold, yeah.
It snows from what, like September to May up north there? So I know north.
I know she's always talking about it's still snowing when I'm saying it's sunny outside. This has been for the last couple of years. Ain't that right, Barb?
8 months of snow.
8 months of snow,
9 months of snow. No, somebody is, they live over in the Dakotas.
huh? It's like Fargo, though. Yeah,
It's just snowing from like now
just
to June.
mad amounts of snow just dropping on the ground.
Just cold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the hots, but I don't want to be that cold.
I place a lot of zippers, hemming, and mending. Good money. See, that's that sewing.
Yeah.
We don't really have that, though, here where we're at in this particular spot. We're in Ken, so it's like...
You go to a little town and there's like alteration places.
There's alteration, yeah. I mean, it's almost dying, though. I don't see any people talking about it. Not even on doing all of these podcasts that I've been doing. I hardly have
There's
anybody.
a lady in here that buys fabric and then sews her own hoodies from the fabric. And I kept pushing her. I'm like, you should do that. Like, she was watching.
So she do cut and sew.
Yeah. And she goes, just like make your own hoodie. She gets a template and it was like all dug or like a really cool design hoodie. I'm like, well, and then she did the pockets and this like the cuffs, all different colors. I'm like, there's nobody around here doing that. And there's not a lot of people in general like doing that. So like, she goes, but I have to sell for $100 or $120. But I'm like, but people
That's
will buy
what it is. Folks is gonna buy it. This is that day and age of where they spend ridiculous amounts of clothes.
I kept pushing her. I'm like, you should, because there's just not a lot of people doing that. Barb, do you sell the rhinestone transfers? And what do those go for if you do?
This is Barb, North Central Minnesota. Yes, on snow and another month or so. Sheesh. Sketches to design. Only thing I know about Minnesota is print. Preach.
That's good. And nothing else to do. They just hang out inside.
No, she has a farm too.
No.
Barb's running a farm. Barb is a multitasker. She's a entrepreneur. Hey Barb, we got it. I can't wait to have you on squad. I stay busy year round. That's Barb.
Good. That's good.
All caps, Barb. You want me to say it real loud?
That's good.
She said she get into the bag. She don't have time for nothing else. No small talk. Nothing else. So, I mean, this actually was like an hour and 30 minutes live. Hour to hour and 30 minutes. Appreciate you guys.
Nothing else. So that's good.
Yeah. I'm waiting on Barb. Hey, Barb, is what does the rhinestone templates go for?
The transfers.
The transfers.
I don't even know if that's the right word. The transfers, yeah.
Rhinestone transfers, yeah.
I
Rhinestone
want like
transfers.
a little local school football, love my Tigers or
No, we don't love the Tigers.
We love the Tigers.
No, we don't love the Tigers. We love the Bulldogs.
No, nasty Bulldogs.
What?
They did beat on Perry. Perry sucked.
Mm-hmm. Just like the Browns whooped the Bengals.
Perry was running that stupid wing tee, 1992 all over again.
Barb shop is crazy. I love her shop. That's what Sketch to Design said. She's seen it.
Okay.
You watched the tour on her channel?
What's her? I want to look her channel up.
Barb, M&N Custom Made, Barb LaFawn. I think it's just M&N Custom
On what, YouTube?
on YouTube. If I'm wrong, Barb, please correct me. Jason's looking up your channel right now. Rhinestone transfers cost depends on the transfer. Baby's Booty is doing transfers to sell a sweatshirt easily, $80.
Oof.
So the transfers got to be like probably 12, like you said.
What's the name of her channel?
Barb's channel is, I want to say M&N Customs.
M&N.
Barb, if I'm wrong, please correct me. M&N Customs. Custom Made. Yep, sure did. Watched it twice because I was trying to get some ideas. That's Sketches to Design.
Oh, there, I found her. I just subscribed.
Y'all, please take the time to subscribe to Vinyl Supply Unlimited. You in here with Jason. Yeah, I'm doing commercials today. I feel commercial-esque.
You gonna sell
Do
some
you-
OxyClean?
It's selling no OxyClean, no.
Sell some OxyClean. What's that, Bill? What's his name? Who's the OxyClean guy?
I know. I have no idea.
You
The
do-
first one
you
dropped
do
dead.
know.
That's all I'm telling you. What I learned.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Not really. Hello?
No,
I don't know where he went. He's coming back.
My bad, y'all. That was the wife calling. You know, gotta answer the phone. Yeah, T. Johnson, yeah. Barb, exactly the same name here.
Billy
Okay.
Mays, that's what it is.
Billy Mays.
Billy Mays.
Who is Billy Mays?
I was calling Billy Blanks. I don't know who that is, but
Is Billy Mays the one that dropped dead?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, so we was talking about the same person. I need to do another shop video as I have more equipment and I need to include the craft room. So she's put add-ons to this. This is years in the making. She's been working on this, and salute to you, Barb, because that's what we're trying to get to. I'm trying to get, you know, more of that equipment. I don't know if I could do it all. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. But, you know, embroidery.
That's common.
Embroidery is #1 right now. Sublimation, we're doing it here already. Vinyl, doing already. Direct to film, doing already. But yo, y'all, I greatly appreciate y'all tapping in with us for this power hour and 30 minutes, I want to say. Probably almost 2-hour video. Thank you for your continued support. Greatly appreciate you guys. Okay, I was just checking what you said. Bar said. No, I've already read that. Y'all have a blessed, productive day. And I'm going to do a little bit of a tour right now of what it looks like because it did change. If you guys remember, there was a flood in here. All of this was in disarray back here. All of this was toe up. You see the walls cut out from where there was a flood. Walls vinyl, some other things. But the store itself, I'm going to try to go a little bit slower. Moving too quick. Shelves have been put back. This wall is back up, which was down.
So mine are old wood paneling.
It's cool. That wall is great.
But you don't even realize it's old 1970s wood paneling.
No, you don't. And they still sell the paneling. Believe it or not. You guys are in need of anything, visit vinylsupplyunlimited.com. It is a mess. It's a little bit ran through, y'all. We're trying to get it together.
Shelves are bare.
Shelves are bare, but the stock is behind the wall, so
Well, we've had
it's not too far.
flood damage for 2 months.
Sublimation stuff. But if y'all remember that video, like all of this stuff was pushed to the center, and it just looked crazy in here. Actually, weekly update last week. You can see how crazy it looked in here compared to today. You have great space. You hear that, Jason?
No, I said thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. More updates coming. We'll be going back live as I'm about to start working back in here, set up from the house. So y'all have a blessed, productive day. I hope your work week goes smooth. If you have any questions, please hit me up. Don't forget Squad Creative Podcast every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have to catch you on the next one. Peace. Thank you for everybody. I appreciate you guys. I really, 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 really appreciate you guys for, sticking with your boy. Now, peace.